I've done mostly writing today. Not really live streaming because I haven't done any live streaming today because I haven't been feeling good, you guys. I've not been feeling good today. I don't feel good right now even. I've been in a lot of pain today, a lot of joint pain, headaches. I think it's because of the heat wave because the heat waves seem to affect me a lot more now that I'm getting old and probably perimenopausal and shit. But I dropped a lot of historical progressive knowledge, and I think the takeaway from these stupid ass M4A events that happened over the weekend, that was such a massive exposure of how fucked up the People's Party is. But it also really exposed who elevates them and how crappy they've been to all of us over the last few years, and how shady these fuckers are. They're shady as shit, y'all. And they've been causing chaos for a long time, and I think it just kind of put a lot of us in the position of no, I'm not gonna fucking take this anymore. I'm not gonna take your bullshit anymore. And no, you can't just be oh, well, Jenna drops F-bombs and she swears and stuff. Y'all do too. You literally, y'all do. There's not all y'all, but the ones who are the largest complainers about us, they do. They do. Yeah, this week's been kind of wild. Watching everything just kind of spiral out of control. And folks, a lot of you have been losing credibility with me for years, but you're so bad at what you do at this point that everybody else is seeing it now too. It's way easier for me to make my case because you're so obvious. You're so fucking obvious at this point. God, I don't, yeah, I've not been feeling well today, and I'm supposed to be doing, I wanted to help out a friend with, a venture that she's working on, and I was up at 5, and I was or I was 5:30, I think, and I was oh my God, it's so sunny out. Why is it so sunny out right now? And then I had to go to sleep pretty soon after that because I just feel terrible. So I'm still looking for work. I'm anxious for anybody who has any opportunities. Let me know. I'm still looking for work. And I've come to the conclusion that for as many trolls are out there trying to come after me, you guys look way the fuck more ridiculous than what you're trying to come after me with, So I don't know that it really hurts me. I was a little freaked out about it. Oh, Bruno Mars has something new. Skate Out Now. I don't know what that is. I don't know. That's an old account that I don't. It's an old email account that I just use to sign up for shit so that the spam doesn't come to my main account. Whatever. I can't afford Bruno Mars stuff anyway. His concert tickets are so expensive now. Okay, but there's a lot of people in progressive politics who have really jumped the shark. In my opinion, they did years ago, but there are a lot of you out there who were kind of willing to look the other way on their bullshit for a long ass time, and this week, a lot of you are kind of I'm done now. I'm done. I can't even with these guys anymore, which is good. That's good. I'm realizing more and more, one of the things, okay, for me personally, I was a little freaked out by what my neighbors did to me last year, and I was afraid that, the way that they took my live streams out of context and really tried to demonize me and stuff, that it would prevent me from potentially running for any office or anything. But I realized that I have enough material on them at this point that I could easily explain what happened last year. I can easily explain this away. So I don't think that that's necessarily an obstacle for me anymore. I don't think it is. Not that I really want to run for public office. I don't think I really do, because that's a lot of fucking pressure. I kudos to all of you who actually do run for public office. I realize how fucking hard that is. But I don't know that I really want to do that. That's not, I would rather just be an influencer and an organizer and somebody who kind of helps elevate the right people. I think that's where I want to be. But I am still looking for work, and the economy still sucks, and everything I apply for has like 400 applicants. That's what we're looking at. That's how it's been for like the last year, you guys. So unless Joe Biden is willing to like put together an infrastructure package that includes like employing all of us, we're going to be in a bad space. Like, he needs to, when we had the crash in 2009, Obama extended unemployment by a year. He made it so that people could stay on unemployment for 2 years, realizing that it was going to take a long time to fucking recover. Joe Biden, you got to do the same thing, dude, because this is it's impossible for us all to get back to work. So many people are applying for the same jobs as me. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And the unemployment, the EDD or whatever, they can't even keep up with our claims. Like, they're not even like paying us on time and shit. And like, you guys are trying to like make it harder for us to even get our benefits. This is insurance, by the way, you guys. Like, we've been paying into this for fucking ever. I'm 47 years old. I've been paying into unemployment since I was 16 or something. This is insurance. It's supposed to cover me when I'm down. It's insurance. I've been paying premiums basically out of my paycheck since I was 16. And it's not even close to what I was fucking making. Not even fucking close to what I was making. You guys need to figure this out, because this is some bullshit. It's not my fault that Trump fucked up our response to a pandemic. It's not my fucking fault. It's not my fault that you guys put together a recovery package that did not have any consequences for employers who got financial benefits from that and then decided to lay off their workers anyway. That was entirely intended to keep people on the job, and they fucking laid us off anyway. That's some bullshit. You guys need to figure this out. You need to figure this out, because this is some bullshit. And I don't want to be in a position where I like lose my condo over this shit. I've done a pretty good job of managing my money, even despite like the financial hardship that I've been enduring for the last year. This is some bullshit. But like I said, I think a lot of people got exposed this week, and I did that. I reshared my analysis of boots on the ground the other day, yesterday, I think. I want to restate that every single one of you who decided to lift up Jimmy Dore, the Convo Couch, Nick Brana, you chose to do that because you know who they are, which means that you were fully aware that they've been attacking the squad ever since November of last year. You're not unaware of this. You know that they've been attacking them. You know that they've been misogynistic, that they've been bigoted, that they've been these are people of color that they're purposely coming after, rather than the actual representatives that we need to convince to come to our side. They're already on our side. You willingly made a choice to work with that network of people for these events and to lift them up. And they have been constantly making a demand that they are the leaders of this movement, which they are not. But they are telling you, if you don't work with them, then you're clearly not a progressive. And that's some bullshit. I do not accept their leadership. I'm not going to work with Boogaloo boys and white supremacists and Nazis and shit. I'm not going to fucking do it. And neither should you. So I feel a little bit bad for Betty Dumas, who got dragged on Twitter. I don't know what other platforms she might have gotten dragged on, but she got dragged on Twitter by Fiorella because she was doing the right thing. She was cutting the mics. She was cutting the mics when they were going off on their tangents. So kudos to you, Betty, for doing that. That was the right thing to do. And they're dragging, they're still dragging her. Like today, even they're dragging her. What are we? It's like Thursday now. That happened on Saturday. They're still dragging her. Betty's kind of a hard ass. She's a bit gossipy. She's in that Lauren Steiner network. So I don't feel entirely sad for you because you willingly made the choice to work with them. You willingly made the choice to work with incredibly toxic people. Did you really think that they wouldn't turn on you at some point? Because they always turn on everybody. Literally, I tried to work with them in 2018 and they fucking turned on me. And then you're like, oh yes, well, I believe them, Jenna. I believe them. I'm sorry. I mean, I do feel bad for you because it can be emotionally difficult to be dragged on social media. I've been actually in these situations all the way back to like 2002, so I have some thick skin about it. I got dragged by Nomiki Konst in 2017, y'all. She got dragged me. She doesn't remember this. I had a different Twitter account at the time, but she dragged me on social media in 2017, and I held my own. I didn't like cry about it. I didn't like get depressed or anything. It's a little freaky though when with smartphones and everything now, like they buzz every time like you get a notification and shit, and so it's not quite the same. Like I was able to gradually get into the idea of like being dragged on social media because back in the early aughts, it was like message boards, right? So your phone wasn't buzzing because we didn't have smartphones, right? So I had like training, some training leading up to this, so I know what it feels like. But some of you haven't been doing online stuff, as long as like the Gen Xers, right? So it's a new experience to you to have that kind of negativity thrown at you all at once. So yeah, for that, I feel bad for Betty because she is a good activist. She's solid at what she does. I may not like get along with her, but I respect her activism. I think that what Fiorella is doing is absolutely horrible, and I think Fiorella needs to be fucking canceled. She's a horrible fucking person, you guys. So is Basta. They are horrible people. So is Jimmy Dore and his wife, Stephanie, whatever her last name is, Nico House. They're all horrible fucking people. And they keep distracting us from what we need to actually accomplish. Like, we can't get anything done for Medicare for All if we're always, like, dancing around their fucking demands. They're ridiculous people. And Nick Brana. Is Nick Brana only, like, 5'3" or something? Like, that dude is, like... Is he like a little Mussolini? Like, what's going on with that guy? Like, I saw the pictures of his little Four Seasons landscaping event. That dude is tiny. What the fuck even? So he's got short guy complex. I don't mean to like body shame, but come on. Come on. I can't even. That dude is so tiny. I bet he's really good at swing dancing though. I can't even with that guy. Anyway, I did want to get like at least one live stream in. I'm not gonna be able to sing. I have a headache, y'all. I'll do a little singing. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? Just like me, they long to be close to you. That's all I'm gonna do today. I have a headache, y'all. I have to stay awake long enough that I don't wake up at like 4 in the morning. Um, but I'm not going to be up much longer.